I think it's safe to say that it's not a party until Burna Boy comes through. This one he's featuring J Hus and it's titled Sickle Down. Before that, I came through with Kiva 100 featuring Saudi. MT is steady doing the things that need to be done. And as well as we had Trezor with This Is Home, straight out of Congo. But nonetheless, you tune into Lifestyle only on channel 872 on your DSTV Audio Bouquet, channel 609 on your OVHD and as well as taradio.mobi. Shout out to you for making us the #1 radio station to listen to around about now. Now, I had said to you that I've got a special guest that's actually going to be hanging out with me for some time, for a little bit. I wish I could keep him for the whole show, but unfortunately that can't happen. He's a very busy man, and he goes by the name of Zakes Bantwini, and he's officially in the building. How you doing, Zakes?
I'm very good, guys. How are you?
I'm so great.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you for actually coming through to actually hang out with us over here on Lifestyle.
Yes.
And I actually want to start it off with, you know what, 2018 has been an amazing year. I'd like to think it's been a long year.
Yeah.
So many things have been taking place, but I want to know what's been happening within your life throughout this year.
So I've done a lot of international collaborations, actually. I've been working a lot internationally, meaning Europe.
Yeah.
And Asia.
Yeah.
These were part of the countries that I've been getting a lot of love and getting a lot of, gigs and support and touring and attending some conferences, being invited in different conferences. I think this is because I was at one stage I was head of A&R at Sony Music Africa, and and also I think the contribution that I've made in South Africa when it comes to the music industry. So I been doing both of that, attending conferences, talking to conferences, and also performing, and also at the same time working with other people. I mean, I have a huge, it's the biggest song currently on a dance floor in Europe with Jeff called Zugu Zugu. And I have another one with Jezanova, one of the biggest legendary group from Berlin, and then with remixes from the legendary Jazz.
Yes.
And then right now I'm also working on other different collaborations from guys from Asia. I have my new song, Yo King, is getting released in Asia next month. No, next month. Next month is November, right?
Yeah, next month is November.
Yeah, so it's getting released now in November in Asia and in Australia and New Zealand. So that's what I've been doing.
I feel like your year has been busy, but yet so amazing. But what does it mean to actually even get international recognition? You've got people in Australia wanting to hear your music. How does that actually even feel?
It really feels really great, like seeing one of the biggest, DJs, hitting you up on social media and Instagram and be like, yo, man, I mean, I remember, I think it was like a week ago.
Yeah.
I got an Instagram message from Diplo.
Yeah.
Like, hey, please hook me up with this song, That's Your King,
Mm-hmm.
And then the following day you see your brother, like Luciano, it's like a brother to me, I'm playing Clap Your Hands, and then the other day then you see And Me, and then you see Pete Tong, so you see all these big DJs and all these big DJs playing your music. You're like, I still got it.
Oh no, most definitely.
Yeah.
I could actually agree with you that you actually still have got it. And something else that I want to know right now, let's actually get into the single that you were talking about, Your King.
Yes.
Let's talk about the creation of it and the message behind Your King. What were you trying to achieve with this one?
In South Africa, we're dealing with so many issues, and people from Africa, maybe you see it on social media, but we have an issue when it comes to females and how we really do not protect our females. And I think it's an issue where females can't really protect themselves. I think it's something that we all have to do.
Yeah.
So this song is more or less just trying to shine a light that I sampled James Brown on that song, that it's a man's world, but it's nothing without a woman, I mean, that's it's just highlighting that how much we really, really need each other. We can't be great until we all are great. So males can't just be great. We're great because they are women, and also we wouldn't be born if it wasn't for a woman.
Absolutely, and I'm so glad that you're actually mentioning that.
So this song is really highlighting that. I did it with DJ Melon. DJ Melon, actually, back in the days when I opened my company, he was working for my company as a tour manager, you know. And so to see him, actually the name Melon he was given by Alvevo Dirango, which was my artist. Yo, you are DJ Melon, because he was Sbu and was already DJ Sbu.
Yeah.
So I mean, Melon has nothing to do with him. Like
at
it's
all.
Not even it's not even his name. I don't know where Alvevo took that name from.
I feel like it's the most creative thing ever.
Yeah. So I mean, this is after I'm like, yo, man. So he was working in the studio, working on his other single, you know, in my studio in Durban.
Yeah.
And right after that single, we were like, okay, man, let's get to work and then make this sound. Because this sound, I mean, I call it Elefro, which is like electronic Afro music, you know. And we own that particular sound right now. We just got into the studio. There were like maybe 11 producers, young boys, were there, and we I mean, there was no way that we could make a bad song. I knew it was gonna be a good song.
There was absolutely no way.
Just no way. There was no way we were gonna come up with a bad song. So we created this, you know. Yeah, so many people who actually contributed. You know, there's a guy, a young boy called the Caveman.
Yeah.
You know, a Gentle Dust, you know, contributed the guy, you know, Samurai from Gususa.
Yeah.
So we have just a little bit of elements of these young boys contributing to that track. So it's actually a producer's track, because I'm a producer myself. So it's a track that is really, really constructed by a lot of producers.
But how important is it to you to actually use even undiscovered producers, undiscovered artists? Is this something that Zakes usually does?
I mean, it's me. I think that has been my career.
Yeah.
I brought Elvovo in the industry when no one knew Elvovo.
Who he was, yeah.
You know, I introduced Melon into this industry when nobody knew who Melon was.
Yeah.
I introduced DJ Sindara in the industry when nobody knew who was DJ Sindara, you know. So I think I'm that kind of guy. I've converted a lot of people. I mean, all these guys that I'm talking about.
Yes.
Elvovo was studying sign language at school. And Melon was studying production management. They had nothing to do with music. I brought the music
to them.
To them, you know, introduced them to music, taught them almost everything that they know about music, you know. So I mean, that's me. It's been like that, you know. El Bizori, so many guys that I've put on, you know. And it's just about. I think that's where I find comfort. Yeah. It's when I've put so many people on, you know. Kind of like, you know, I think that's it's kind of like a double HP situation, because I think that's why we got along very well, even with the late double HP, because he was like me, you know, like he would put on. I know a lot of artists from Mahikeng through double HP. Yeah. And most of them I know them before I could even know them through his interviews, double HP, you know, saying, hey, there's this boy called Morafe, and you're like, who's Morafe now?
And then afterwards, months later,
then you know, there's this boy called Casper Nyoves, like, who's that? So, you know, yeah, man. So I think putting people on it's what I do. It's what I love to do. I mean, it's the reason why I even took the job at Sony Music Africa, you know, because I wanted just to make sure that we put people on and do a lot of, you know, like, and do a lot for artists. And there's a lot of stuff. I did a lot of sacrifices, especially for South African musicians. You know, stuff that they won't even know, they won't even find out. Fighting for them, you know. I mean, when I was at Sony, we worked on Levels, aka we worked on Skanda Republic, KO. You know, we worked on Dakar too, Questa. We worked on Ifani. We worked on Okelo. You know, the Zonkers album. We worked on so many artists' album, you know. Yeah.
Whew, that's actually a lot. The next person that you're going to be putting on is me now. I feel like I need to be put on. But if you want to ask Zakes any questions around about now, hit us up right now on the number +2779 2544329, as well as tweet your questions at Transafrica872 on Twitter and transafricaradio.net on Facebook. We're playing the new single, Your King, with Zakes Bantwini featuring DJ Melon.
Ain't no man without a woman. Ain't nobody who'll be born, without a woman. This is a man's world. This is a man's world. But it ain't nothing
It's exactly 11:50 CAT, and you're still tuned into Lifestyle. Any questions you want to ask Zakes right about now? I'm taking them in. +2779 is the number to hit us up on our WhatsApp line, and as well as at Transafrica 872 on Twitter, and it's transafricaradio.net on Facebook. But nonetheless, Zakes, I want to know from you, when you listen to your own music, are you like, listen, yeah, I'm this great. I can't believe that this actually comes from me.
Man, if there's one thing that I always, feel when I listen to my music is a symbol of appreciation.
Yeah.
I always appreciate people playing my music or jamming to my music,
Yes.
or just listening to it, or doing whatever, mixing
Yeah.
it, playing it in clubs, in your car, at the radio,
Whatever it
COT,
is.
whatever it is. I always have that feeling. It's the same feeling I always have when I'm about to get on stage. I always have butterflies, and
Really?
I remember, I still have it until today. I remember when my mom was still alive, I was like, yo, I always have butterflies when I go to perform. She was like, yeah, the day you lose those butterflies, you will lose your career.
Oh, because then you're not doing it anymore the
Then-
right way.
then-
Yeah.
Yeah, you're no longer.
In it now,
Yeah,
hey?
in it, yeah.
So when did you
It's
actually
okay.
realize that you're famous? When was it that you actually realized that I'm actually a big
Actually,
deal?
it's a very good question. When really did I realize that? Okay, I think because for me, before my fame,
Yeah.
it was my artist fame and my company fame. Like my company, my Uni Productions was so popular where I was from. You know?
Yeah.
And also then Volvo was popular. So I got to be around famous people before I could be.
The
So
famous Zakes Bantwini,
yeah.
yeah.
So in a way, like I'd say I can't say this is the time when I was like I was famous, because I will take pictures when people want to take Volvo's pictures, and they were like, yo, also wait here, we also want to take a picture of you. So when it was my turn, so I didn't know if it was a continuation of that. Maybe you're taking a picture of me because you saw me from being involved in Volvo's career, or you're taking a photo
because
of me now.
you,
Yeah. So I don't know when that particular transition, but I'd say when I actually saw the impact of how popular I was when everyone from the township who was dressed very well was called Zakes Bantwini.
Oh wow.
Then I was like, okay.
I'm actually a big
I
deal
think,
right
I think now, because I remember we were called Michael Jackson.
Oh my gosh.
So when you and someone who had a bigger forehead would be called Jomason.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So for me, when people are called Zakes Bantwini when they are dressed well,
Yeah.
it was an honor for me. I was like, okay, cool, then change
This is a
the
big deal,
perception,
yeah.
because like in the township, when you're dressed well, you were like, yo, what? Are you going to a funeral?
Yeah.
Or you're going to a wedding? Where are you
Yeah.
going? And for the first time where people could just accept that you can just dress well,
And that's it.
And that's it. So for me, I was like, okay, the impact. Then I'm famous. I think now I'm popular. But more and more, it was like I think I'm celebrated, because I'd rather be a celebrity than to be a famous person.
Yeah. You want to be celebrated.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because I'd rather be a celebrity rather, than to be famous, because there are so many famous people, people you are famous because you are known.
Yeah.
So some people will kill a lot of people and you know them by name and they say names. So we know them. They're famous because we know them.
Yeah.
But
they're not
do we
celebrated.
celebrate it?
That's
Do we
another
celebrate
question.
them? Yeah.
I've actually got a question coming through from Joanna. Joanna wants to know, is there ever going to be a collaboration ever again between Black Coffee and Zakes Bantwini?
I don't know.
You don't know. You don't plan these things.
I don't know if it's gonna happen or it's never gonna happen. I don't know.
Oh man.
Yeah.
How did it actually come about for you two to actually even work together?
We were at school.
Yeah.
I saw Shana, Shorter, Demo, and Black Coffee.
Yes,
You
yes.
know the group Shana.
Yes.
So they were at school and they were kind of like ahead, and they were doing third year.
Yeah.
And I was doing, I think, my first year.
Yeah.
But I think it's the music and the love of clothes.
Yeah.
Because I was coming from France. I was like a dancer and I was in France for like 6 months doing contemporary and ballet dance.
Yeah.
So, and I had a lot of money and I was 18 years old. So I had money, I had a disposable cash, so I would buy a lot of clothes.
Yeah.
You know? So the guys in Mang Bashang and like
Oh,
saw
they
this
were
young
just like,
boy.
hey, this guy.
Yeah, shy down, you know? And these guys love dressing up, you know?
Oh, man.
And also the music, you know,
Yeah.
and also the music. I mean, we were all studying jazz. We were all studying jazz, and as we were all studying jazz, we were just myself and my friend Pizori and Newo and the late guy called Msitwana. We were trying to do this quite old group China thing happening, and they weren't allowed to program anything else except jazz.
Jeez.
So we'll hide when we program. So we'll program this music, you know, at a very low volume.
Yeah.
Very, very, very low volume. And then at this one stage, Shana, all these guys walked into the studio and we were working and they could hear what we were doing. And that's where the relationship started. And that's where, so the relationship started there. So the relationship really...
Sam's story coming through on this one straight out of Nigeria, and that one is titled Need You Here. You know, sometimes when you're having interviews, you actually develop discussions even behind the scenes. And I was just even asking Zakes right now that, is there a time frame when it actually comes to releasing music where, okay, I must only release one song now, and then maybe after 2 months later I shall release again? Or is it just, let's just put out music as much as we can? Because we've got guys who are releasing music every single week, and then by the time he's releasing the third single, we've already forgotten about the one that he released like 2 months ago.
Yeah. Yo, man, I think you have to just give time, you know.
Yeah.
Think and look at music like you're having something to eat.
Yeah.
You know,
Take
like
your
you
time.
have to chew, man.
Yeah.
You know, take your time, you know. You have to put on, you know, something in your mouth, and then you chew, and then you swallow, and then you
chill still, you know.
yeah, and maybe you have
the food
maybe
must-
you have water, maybe you have something to drink, and then you have, you know what I mean, like I really don't think that you have to put something in your mouth and then put another thing
in your mouth
when you're still chewing, and then you put
Yeah.
another one, and then you'll end up not really enjoying your food. And I
Yeah.
think I'm using that metaphor because of the same thing with music. You know, you're gonna have to give me time.
Yeah.
It takes at least 60 days for a song to get to reach to almost everybody. I mean, I released Yo King about a week, 2 weeks ago.
Yeah.
And I'm sure there are people
It's
the
whoever
first
heard it,
time
yes,
who've
that
been
were
hearing
hearing
this
it,
music
yeah.
today. I mean, can you imagine if then I was releasing another single in a week from now?
Yeah, we would have been done with your
Would
king
have
by
been
now.
done with your king. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
No. I want to play the latest one. Give me
Yeah.
the latest one.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, maybe Your King is like the hottest single.
But we didn't even get a chance.
You didn't even
you know?
get a chance to, yeah. So for me, I like giving singles time. You know, and then you give it time. Although I feel like the speed of releasing the music now, it's
rapid.
It's on like
Everybody wants to release now.
I think it's on like 180 kilometers per
Yeah.
hour. You know? It's like 180 kilometers per hour, and people are giving music for free. And I remember saying this, it's into a conference. I was like, you guys are creating a free music generation. This new artist. I hope you guys are going to enjoy it when seriously music is free.
Free now,
when we're trying to charge somebody, they're like, yo, why are you charging me?
'Cause it was
we
free.
couldn't say music for free. You know, because that's what you do. So when you think that you're marketing, but you're also, so there's a pros and a con on everything
to
that you
this,
do. So
actually,
there's a
yeah.
positivity perhaps that you are doing, that you are giving your fans music for free.
Yeah.
But the other side is that you are creating a free music generation. They're gonna get to a point where they feel like they don't have to pay for music because they get music for. When people like ourselves are like, we are selling this, they're like, nah.
No, we don't want to buy it
But
anymore.
we don't buy
Then
music.
people wonder why they don't buy CDs as well anymore.
But we don't buy music. Why are you selling me music? You know, because there'll be a time when people just forget that music used to be bought. So I always say that I don't give out my music. I mean, I pay for everything. I studied music, so I didn't go there to study, to offer
for free
my music for free. You know, like. So I always say, sorry guys, you'll never get my music for free.
Ever.
Ever.
Under no circumstance.
Under no
will you
circumstance,
ever get
you'll
music
never,
for free.
never.
Ah, jeez, man. I got a question coming through from Ubonolo.